30 field goal attempts. How have you gotten dialed in like this over the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I feel like my three ball is going well, and then I'm attacking a lot of pain. So just trying to read the game, you know.
You're tired, of course. I'm sure LeBron is too. Age 41, the triple-double, back-to-back games. What was it like playing with him? You guys exchanged a lot of different moments on the court, it seemed like.
Great. I mean, like I said yesterday, you know, without him, we don't win. So the way he's playing, it's incredible to see and incredible to watch.
I suppose the most important thing for you is just to get a win. It's the 8th straight now. What kind of rhythm is the team in at this moment?
I mean, it's very impressive. I know a lot of people didn't get a lot of sleep yesterday, and we come here, you know, we fight till the end and win the game. That says a lot, like I said. Just an incredible win, and we got to keep going.
All right, go get some rest.
Thank you.
All right, Billy.
Boy, played like an MVP tonight, didn't he? Luka Doncic. Fun to watch, Stu Lance.
Yeah, very, very much so. And, you know, and now they get a day off, and they're going to play the hardest game of the trip against Orlando so far. You know, they had the 2 with the Rockets and then tonight, but the Orlando game will be harder than the previous 3.
Well, Luka with Carlos Alcaraz. Boy, I'll tell you what.
You're talking about 2 great ones.
Those are 2
Oh, wow.
superstars.
Yeah.
All right. Let's say goodnight from Miami. What a game for the Lakers. They win 134-126. Huge night for Luka, and of course the rest of the Lakers. The winning streak continues. We'll see a Saturday at 4 when the Lakers take on the Magic. Time now to check in with the studio for Access Sportsnet Lakers, brought to you by your Toyota dealers. What a big one tonight in Miami.
Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet Lakers, brought to you by your Toyota dealers. We make it easy. Chris McGee, Derek Fisher, big game James Worthy, Mike Trudell out in Miami. The Lakers win their 8th straight game, 11 of 12, and the cards were stacked against them going into tonight. They arrived at 5:30 in the morning from Houston. According to JJ, the team met before the coaches even walked in to the locker room last night. They all wanted to play, even though we thought multiple guys would be sitting. But when you're on a heater like this Laker team, and you have a belief like this Laker team does right now in what they're doing, and you can go, you play. And that's exactly what they did. We're going to talk about the win streak. We're going to talk about how impressive this win was. We'll talk about LeBron's 124th triple-double and doing it at age 41. But you got to start with, in my opinion, he better be in the top 2 to 3 of the MVP race, or I don't know what. Because what he's been doing, Fish, is absolutely ridiculous. And James, he is the best closer in basketball right now. And over the last 9 games, he's averaging 41 points per game. That's his 3rd 60-point game of his career. He had 20 in the 4th quarter. And the team just knows now. Here's the recipe. You get to the 4th quarter, and it's close, or we have a lead, Luka is going to take us home. And that's what's happening.
Yeah, with no question. I mean,
by the way, I'm fired up, if you can't tell.
You are, and we all are. I mean, historically, the Lakers have had clutch players. You know, Kareem with the sky hook, Magic with his play, Kobe, Shaq, Fish hitting 0.4. We've had, but I don't think we've ever seen one as consistent and as dominant as Luka Doncic. The way he controls the game with the ball in his hand, and a shot maker. Like, he's a shot maker, Geeter, from anywhere, and he's really good at drawing fouls too. So just a solid performance by the team, but Luka, and starting in the 2nd quarter and what he was able to produce and get this team going. Also, I mean, LeBron didn't maybe miss too many shots tonight either, but 60, and you say this is his
3rd 60-point game of his career.
Yeah. Fish, take it. That's all I just don't know how much to say about
and Fish, he's averaging 41 during this win streak. Yeah. This 8-game win streak.
Over the summer, I think Luka was on the cover of Men's Health or something, you know, and a lot of the conversation around the new Luka in great shape. It might be the best condition he's ever been in. How will it impact his game? What will look different? What will look the same? And I think the verdict is in. That starting the season in great shape, healthy, fit, it's really allowing him at this point in the calendar to arguably be playing his best basketball and not almost looking like he's running out of gas and leaking oil going into the postseason. He's peaking at a time where the team needs it. And some of the individual shot making, like James said, he makes it look easy, but it's hard to describe how difficult the things that he's doing offensively really are to accomplish in an NBA basketball game against other world-class players. And he's making it look really easy.
Yeah, and what else is difficult is 60-point games in the NBA. Wilt did it 32 times, Kobe Bean 6, MJ 4, Dame Lillard 5, James Harden 4, Elgin 3, and now Luka 3, his first with the Lakers. And James, in this win streak, during this win streak of 8 games, averaging 41 points, but like you said, also the way he's doing it, complete control of the game, getting others involved. Other guys are on heaters as well. But he's also deserves a lot of credit for what he's done defensively, taking charges, steals, stopping ball. And JJ mentioned this in the pregame show. That's been the biggest difference with this team. And you got to throw Luka in there. And he is playing at an MVP type level. I'm not taking anything away from SGA, from Jokic. Guys have had great years. Cade Cunningham, unfortunately, we know he's going to be out for a while. Jaylen Brown. But put Luka in the conversation, James, right now, because he deserves it.
Without question. I don't, all the others that you've mentioned who are possible MVP candidates, I don't think they've been doing it quite late. Luka's been doing it in this stage that he's been in, Guido. After the All-Star break, when the Lakers decided that they wanted to come together, be healthy, and started to play as a team, I don't think anybody's been as dominant as he has. 40 points, 50% shooting, 42 from 3.
This is high volume 3.
That's high volume, and we're talking about threes that are extremely difficult, fading away with hands in your face, almost falling on the first row of the seats most of the time. But yeah, Guido, he's warming up. These guys like each other. This is what happens when you've been around guys for a long period of time and you start to like one another. He and Reeves love one another, and the team, they support one another. And this is what he's getting support from his teammates, and he's just lighting it up, man. I'm telling you. I mean, Kobe used to do this, but it seems like Kobe, his athleticism, he worked for it.
Mm-hmm.
Luka just kind of
get fouled whenever he wants. His ability to draw contact
he just kind of slows you
so
into it. You go for a steal, you can't do it. The next thing you know, he's masterful, man.
I just love those movements that you had at the end of that table. That was incredible.
Yeah,
before we get to LeBron and his greatness, I want to focus on the team. Fish, 8 in a row, 11 of 12, third in the West. We talked at length over the last couple weeks about this gauntlet and this tough schedule, and so far right now what they've been able to do during this time has been incredible. But they deserve their flowers tonight. The coaching staff, the players saying, no, we're playing. If we're physically able to go, we're going. I mean, I think we all thought a couple of guys would take the night off. You've been in this position before. Everyone said, hey, man, as Phil would say, that's a scheduled loss. You get in at 5:30 in the morning. But when your leaders say, we're good to go, how impressive was the win from that standpoint? Going down 9-0, going down by 15 points in the first half, but just staying the course, taking the punches, weathering the storm.
Well, the team is starting to believe they can get this done. And when I say this, it means actually win a title. That's what this decision tonight communicates to everyone else. It communicates it internally with their own group, but they sense that there's a moment and an opportunity to let it be known that we feel like we can be the best team in the world. And so they do deserve a lot of credit for some of it. The point I wanted to make with Luka that now also applies to the team. When you put on that uniform, you have to want the pressure that comes with championship or nothing. You have to actually embrace that and feel comfortable in that environment. And I think they have a group with a handful of guys that have been here for a few years and been through some ups and downs, and then some key additions at the right time. There's a group that really, in the locker room, this group feels like when healthy and when everybody's committed to all the things that they practice and want to be, they can beat anybody. And so they're going out on the floor and trying to show that right now.
I agree 100%. I mean, when you look at LeBron's experience in the NBA, he's won 4. So he knows, he has that, ability to understand what it's like. Luka's been to the finals, lost. Those are 2 players that right there, they know what it's like to achieve something. Then you have Austin Reeves, who's, +1 handicap, discipline. He's locked in. He wants to win. And you got Ayton, who has something to prove.
Been to a finals.
He has, but he has something to prove as a personal player, that he was looking in the mirror. And so when you have, that collection of thoughts, it's just nice to have a mentality of guys who are searching for something good that they can hang on to. And I think they found it. I mean, look, you got Oklahoma, you got the Spurs, you got Denver. Okay, that's fine. But now they're emerging as a team that, hey, we can play with those guys.
We're in the conversation.
We can play with them.
Yeah.
We have superstar players. We have good role players now. We're healthy. Coaching staff is supporting us, and we're peaking at the right time right here in March.
Love what you guys had to say. I do want to talk about LeBron, which we will after we hear from him later in the show, because his brilliance, his stat line over the last 2 games, his 124th triple-double, and doing it at 41 years old. Incredible. But it's time to hear from Coach J.J. Redick, brought to you by your Toyota dealers.